What is the population like toward black people? So I was a bit nervous before coming, and I was not sure that being black would be easy here, I would say. And I was very surprised, but in a good way, because I don't even feel like my skin color is something special here. Yes.
My name is Katya. I'm 27 years old, and I've been living in Taiwan for about 2.5 years now.
What brought you to Taiwan in the first place?
I was actually living in Korea for 2 years, and I came here just to visit, like on vacation, and I loved it immediately. It kind of felt like back home. The climate just feels very comfortable, and the people were super nice. And my vacation was only 3 days long, but 3 months later I was back for another vacation, and on that vacation I just decided to move here. So the next year I came.
What was the reason you came to Asia?
I was graduating from college in 2017, and I had I was majoring in English, and everybody kept telling me, oh, you're going to be a teacher, you're going to be a teacher. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a teacher, I don't want to do that. But then over time, I was like, I guess I could be a teacher. Yeah, and then I had a friend who was teaching in Korea, and he was like, yeah, you're majoring in English, you have experience, so you might as well come on over. And I was like, okay, and then I just kind of fell in love with it.
Can you briefly talk about your life between Korea and Taiwan, just briefly?
The major difference, well, in Korea I was living in a smaller city than I live in now. Not countryside. It was still considered a metropolitan city, but it was also smaller. Still smaller than Taipei.
Seoul?
Yeah, definitely much smaller than Seoul. So I got a lot more stairs than I get here. I also saw a bit more diversity in terms of the way that people look, not just faces, but hairstyles. A lot more diversity in terms of fashion, clothing, body sizes. It was a lot more diversity in Taipei when I came to visit. So I was it feels more
comfortable.
Home. Yeah, it feels more comfortable. Sometimes I'll be sitting down on the MRT and someone will come and sit down next to me, and then they'll look over at me and then they'll move away, and I was like, do I smell? Is
maybe
it
they're just not familiar with the
yeah, but I'm not going to bite them, so it's they move away when they see me, and it's okay, that hurts my feelings.
Can you say something to the audience and maybe to your friend or family?
To my friends and family, hello, I love and miss you, and I hope that you come to visit me soon. To people that I don't know who are perhaps watching, please let your family members know that I don't like it when you take pictures of me without my consent, so please stop doing that.
I think Taiwanese people are not familiar with black culture, I think, in normal life. Yeah. Do you have any opinion you can share, maybe good experience or bad experience?
I've never had any bad experience being black here, which I was quite relieved, because when you're black and you travel, it's always kind of a concern. What is the population like toward black people? So I was a bit nervous before coming, and I was not sure that being black would be easy here, I would say. And I was very surprised, but in a good way, because I don't even feel like my skin color is something special here. Yes, I have friends. I made Taiwanese friends, and they never really asked about we do share about our cultures and everything, but it was never a question, too many questions, or I don't know
about
really
color things.
Yes, exactly. So I've never felt being black was a concern or a problem or whatever. Or we just basically most of the time we share our cultures. And for example, I change my hair a lot, for example. I try different hairstyles all of the time, and they're always surprised to see that one day I have long hair and the other day I have short. Yes, exactly. So they're always asking me how you do that, and I really enjoy sharing with them. So being black in Taiwan is, I don't think it's a concern or anything. If someone wants to to come to Taiwan.
You mentioned about like every time you go to like a different country or different place, you will feel a little worried about yourself, right? Because of the skin color. So what do you think about that? I mean,
for example, in Taiwan, I've been traveling around Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I noticed that when you go to places a bit far away
maybe
from
like
the
south of
city,
Taiwan.
yes, exactly. I went to the south of Taiwan, and people were kind of surprised to see me. Yeah, exactly. But I've never felt that way in Taipei. Never. Like I've never felt that people were looking at me, and I was very surprised at first. But when I went to the south, people were like, "Oh, like
you are the first black person in the world, right?"
Yes,
but
and they were like, "Hello."
Way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was never bad intentioned or anything. It was just maybe they were curious.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in Taipei, I've never experienced anything like that. Like I think people are maybe curious, but they don't show it. So you don't even feel like yeah, I'm black. I mean, my skin color is something to be talked about. But like in the south or in more like small cities,
like countryside.
Yeah, exactly, countryside. Like people are going to be more surprised to see you.
Can you briefly introduce yourself to the audience first?
Yes, so I'm Melanie. I come from France, and I came to Taiwan to study initially, and now I'm working in a Taiwanese company.
How's your life so far? I mean, in Taiwan.
And goods and bads, I think, like pretty much everywhere else, I'll say. But overall, pretty good. Yeah. When it comes to, for example, safety, of course, safety is like amazing here in Taiwan. It's like one of the main reasons why I still want to be here. Yeah. But then I will say cost of living is actually pretty high, and it's getting higher and higher. I've been here for like 3.5 years, 4 years, and I can feel the inflation pretty bad. So. Yeah, but I think it's pretty good. As
a black woman, do you have any like good or bad experience about your living in Taiwan?
I mean, before coming, I was a bit how to say
worried.
Worried, yes. But actually, I was surprised when I came here that it's really essentially does not really matter for Taiwanese people. Yeah. So I haven't had that many bad experiences. Yeah. I had only once one girl asked me if she could touch my hair, which is really annoying. But it's not only for Taiwanese. I mean, coming from Taiwanese people, I have much more white people asking me to touch my hair.
Even in your country?
Yes, even in my country. So like bad experiences, I will not say is because I'm a black woman. Yeah. I think it's just because I'm a foreigner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I know as my friends, so many. Black friends of mine have had issue when it comes, for example, to teaching position because they're mostly teacher, and of course it's way harder for them to find a job because they are black and not white. So, but overall, I will say like my own experiences, the bad ones, if I can say bad, was essentially due to me being a foreigner rather than a black woman. I was actually like positively surprised by the fact that here people doesn't really care about my skin color. They are curious about me because I am not Taiwanese. Yeah. So.
But I would say that's a good. I mean, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing. Like honestly, I was surprised on the good way when I realized that, and so it has never been really much of a problem.
French people still curious about black people, so that's weird for me. I mean.
France is a very cosmopolite country. Yeah. That's why so many foreigners don't realize. When you say America, if I say, "Oh, I'm American," people are going to be, "Oh, okay, fine." Yeah. When I say I'm French, most are, "Oh, really surprised. Oh, I thought you were from here or there, like not France."
That is stereotype, right?
Yeah, and but in France, there's a lot of people. With different ethnicities, so people tend to ask you a lot. "Oh, where are you from?" If you don't look white, so it doesn't have necessarily, to do with the fact that I am black. And I'm half black, so most of people know that. But they might ask me, yes, but just like they might ask you because you're Asian, or they might ask someone else because they have like a different skin color. It's something.
If I'm not white.
Yeah, and so it's not necessarily on the bad way. Yeah. But it's kind of, as a non-white person, is of course kind of annoying. But I think honestly nowadays it's way better.
Compared to past 20 or 30 years?
Not even just 10 years ago, people will but now with social media and everybody coming up and saying you should stop doing that. I think it's way better. Like everybody's France is such a melting pot. So let's say if you go to, especially to Paris, so many different people, ethnicities. So nobody's gonna ask you.
So thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. It was really nice talk.